Good morning, new moon blessings. I hope you're doing really, really well. This new moon is always a special one for me because it's around my birthday month, and it just feels like I love this time of year when everything's in blue, you can see the beauty and everything. And that's kind of what this moon cycle is bringing about, is seeing the beauty around you, within you. This is the message that keeps coming through. So let's find out what your new moon is bringing into your life at this time. Anything that you need to know. Hagalaz, that's interesting. I actually have got Hagalaz in my hair today. I'm playing with fire. Hagalaz is all about change, but this can be sometimes a chaotic change that you're not expecting, that can be very sudden, a shift and adjustment that can be at first feel, you know, where did that come from? When did that happen? You know, when you're going along and you think everything's just plodding along and nothing seems to be changing, and then all of a sudden it changes. This is the energy of Hagalaz, and this is coming out as your first rune today in your energy. So expect some sudden changes today or over the next 3 days. Okay, and this change is looking like it could be to do with your relationships. So Airwaz is showing up as helping you to understand a change that needed to be made within the relationships that you currently have, but it's a change within yourself and how you show up in those relationships. So that's what you're going to be recognizing and realizing at this new moon, is this shift of energy within yourself, this shift and change within yourself that's going to impact your relationships. I feel like for some of you, you're being more truthful and honest to yourself. Like you may have been sort of gaslighting yourself in some respects, in some ways, convincing yourself you're okay with something when you're not. And I feel like there's a change to that. And Airwaz is here to suggest that you are going through an initiation, a challenge. You're being tested at this time. So if you're finding relationships challenging at the moment, if you're finding aspects of yourself difficult at the moment, it's because you're being pushed into this initiation. But I feel like Airwaz is coming out here as a way of saying, like, this is a new beginning for you. You've actually overcome this, and this is your prize, sort of thing. Airwaz sometimes represents like the backbone as well. It's connected to the yew tree, and yew trees are poisonous, and the poison can affect the central nervous system. So there's something about this like delicate balance that's going on right now, and it's almost like you feel maybe that you're treading on eggshells, or there's a real vulnerability or delicacy to a situation in your life right now. But it's looking like the outcome is not a negative one, it's a positive one. So what do we have for you in your moon cards? What are they telling you right now? Foresee, that's very interesting. I literally did a reading this morning with this very card on there. Or was it for the dark moon one? I can't remember now, but this is all about seeing things as they really are, seeing through the illusion. And I feel like you may have had a vision, whether it's through dreams or just a daydream of your future. And what it's done is it's opened up this pathway now that you realise, actually, it is available to me. I can take that path, and it's all aligning in divine timing. That rhymed. I'm actually going to get one of these mushroom cards as well. So what is this path that's opened up for you to do with your relationships and the challenges that you are overcoming here? True colours. Okay. I feel like this is about you realising and recognising your true colours. It's like you're showing yourself now. You're not hiding any part of yourself anymore. And you are, with this blue here, it's making me feel about the throat chakra, like you're able to express yourself more clearly now, saying what it is that you want, what you need, how you really feel. I've got some feeling of excitement coming through from this. It's almost like if you're already in a relationship or you've had long-term relationships, it feels like there's a revamp coming, there's a newness to this. Maybe it's another level to a relationship. The threes might be significant to you as well, so like 3-3 or 3-3-3. That is the number of the Empress. So it's almost like you've been focusing on yourself. You've been sort of trying to be disciplined in yourself, I feel. And you're not afraid now to sort of say to people, actually, honestly, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I'm thinking. It is putting you in an element of vulnerability, because before you would be very bothered about what somebody would say about that, what they would be thinking about that. But you're not so much that bothered about that now. It's more like, look, I don't want to be in relationships where I'm being what the other person needs me to be constantly. And this could be friendships, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but where you're not being what the other person needs you to be constantly. Instead, you're actually saying, like, this is me, this is how I am. I'm willing to compromise, but I'm not willing to change myself to be what somebody else needs me to be. You are having some real deep visions of the future, and I feel like you do see yourself going places. You do see something happening here. For some of you, I do see an element of travel. You may be looking to do some kind of work that will involve travel. The initial S as well could be significant here. And L. Okay, so what else do we have for you? The Fool. This is the energy of, like, you know, people can think that you are foolish if you follow your heart, go after your dreams, you know, take risks basically. But this is kind of suggesting that I feel like the sudden change here is about you taking a risk, and that could be a risk in communication, it could be a risk in deciding to leave somewhere or go back to somewhere. But this risk is what the change is going to bring about to your relationships, and it's a positive one. It brings you out of a lack mindset, out of a lack mentality. You may have felt for a long time that you have to stay somewhere because you don't want to offend anybody, you don't want to upset anybody, but actually you've realised that isn't working for me. You are learning to sit in your power and be comfortable in that power. You're not doing this to hurt anybody, but you are recognising, actually, it's okay to disappoint people, to be truthful, for my true colours to come through. Now, just notice that's indigo milk cap. So indigo is connected to the brow center, the brow chakra, which is Ajna chakra. And that is all about this for C. There's a lot of illusions that have been broken in your mind's eye here. And the more you are truthful and honest about your true colours, about the real person that you are, the more you're opening up this center and having some real realizations. I feel like my throat has gone. So there's something about the throat chakra. You definitely are about to speak up. Speak up and give some truth. But you're still fearing this. You're worried that this is going to create some kind of problem that's going to have you losing something. And for some of you, the fear of it is actually about losing money. So maybe if you've been in a long-term relationship and you're thinking about leaving somebody, it might be more about the financial impact of that. Are you going to let that hold you back? Are you going to make that an excuse as to why you can't? There is always a way. Trust me, there is always a way. Do not let the financials keep you in a position that really doesn't suit you. Take control. Take the reins. This is about you really opening up that part of you. For some of you, I can see this quite boho, sort of spiritual, really well put together person. But I feel like you've been holding that back. You've been hiding that behind some persona that you thought was a bit more palatable to the people around you. But now you're sort of like, no, I've got some new ideas. I've got some new ways of being. And that's going to bring new opportunities in for you. Not everybody's going to like this about you, but that's okay. Because if you want to align with the truest version of yourself, things have to change. It's as simple as that. Let's get a final outcome for you on here. This is about you defining who you are and bringing that forward. And you're no longer going to just stay in something because. The Wheel of Fortune, I absolutely love this card. And it always makes me think of Halloween, or like Samhain. It makes me think of bonfires and things like that. So I feel like between now and the autumn is where you are going through this transition right now and bringing your true colours forward. So expect lots of changes between now and then. If you would like to book a personalised reading, drop me a DM. We can get you booked in. And remember, this is my only account. I will never reach out to you first. Have a blessed day.